Alright, shall we talk about Sony?
Yeah, buddy. Let's do that shit.
Sony had the best conference of all time.
Of all the times, yes.
All the times.
Every times,
Now,
this is the best of all.
very briefly, let's speak to why it was the best. I think it's just because they literally just had game after game after game. Most of them were exclusive.
No, the first 5
Yeah.
were all exclusive.
Okay, the first 5 were all exclusive.
Because how I set up was they had the orchestra, which was dope.
Yeah.
Then they had the guy Sean Layden come out, talk for like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Then 5 straight games.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Uh-huh. And then
he comes out again.
Yeah, throughout the conference, he isn't out there for very long, which is nice.
No, yeah, he only so he had 5 straight game trailers. Like that, I've never seen that happen.
Yeah.
And then he comes out again.
Yeah.
After the 5 trailers, goes into VR.
Yeah.
Then comes out. Then another guy comes out. Andrew House, Kojima.
Yes.
And then games again.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yep.
Like they didn't bring the developers out or anything to show off again. They just did it.
Kojima's entrance specifically was really cool because they had a big curtain and stairs behind that.
Yeah.
And no one else came out from there. Like was just set up purely for him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
And he had the light up walkway.
Yeah. And then he comes out and he's just like, "I'm back."
Yeah.
It's awesome. That was his first public appearance, right? Since something happened, the shit went down.
Yep.
Right,
did you see the No Maurice's Instagram post?
Yes.
The
yes.
Konami tears.
He's sipping on Konami's tears. It's so good. All right. Let's break it down.
Let's break it down. Let's break it.
God of War.
Oh yes.
This is one of your games.
This
probably.
was the number 2 game.
Number 2 game of the show.
Number 2 game of the show. Yeah. Holy fuck. God of War and Vikings.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
That's
my dream. They changed how it looks though.
Yeah.
Like normally,
it looks more realistic.
Normally, God of War is the camera's pulled back. Normally,
yes.
No more crazy chain swingings.
No. And do you play as Kratos or do you play as that kid?
We'll see. But that was Kratos though.
Kratos from the other games?
Yeah, that was Kratos.
Kratos okay.
Yeah, he just left.
I've never played any of them, and I didn't really watch much of this part of the conference.
Okay.
So, I don't know a whole lot about God of War, but I know it's really exciting that it's not even God of War 4, it's just God of War.
Just God of War. It'd be cool if it was called God of War Ragnarok, but whatever.
Ragnarok?
I'm not gonna...
What is Ragnarok?
It's the Viking apocalypse.
Okay.
Where everyone just fights everyone else.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I could talk about another hour of God of War, but we can move on.
You could talk another hour about Vikings.
Yeah, that's true too.
Days Gone.
Meh.
Or should we say Dead Don't Ride?
No, we shouldn't say that.
No, we shouldn't. This is Sony Bend's new game.
And it looked like it was set in Bend.
It is. I mean, almost. Bend, Oregon is where this studio is. As people may or may not know, we live in Oregon. So this is... Well, it's not that exciting, but
it looked like Oregon wilderness.
It is. It is set in the wilderness of Oregon.
Cat.
I don't know if it's necessarily Bend, but it's definitely that.
It looked like
typical area, foresty. Not a whole lot of civilization, I guess. Not Portland.
No.
You don't think the game looks good?
Nah.
I think
I'm just over zombies.
They're not zombies.
Oh, whatever.
They are alive. Did you not hear that?
No.
They are,
I don't care about this game.
They're living, infected people.
So was Last of Us.
No, they were dead.
Really? Okay.
I know, it's really stupid distinguishing to make. But
my point is...
They eat, sleep, and drink. Like, they have to do those things. So they're not dead. But, they're zombies. I'm just saying.
But they just mindlessly ran in a corridor to get shot.
No, they do think. I don't know. They travel in hordes. Don't ask me, I'm not an expert. Obviously, they're zombies, but they're trying to say that they're not.
Okay, my point being that...
You're over zombies.
That, and you already have Last of Us in your portfolio with Naughty Dog.
I know.
This just looks so much like Last of Us.
It does, but this is supposed to be a much bigger open world game.
I get that.
Yeah.
But the setting
It's
is
very
just
similar.
so similar.
It is. I think it looks cool, and I'm excited for it. And I'll be getting it, but I agree with you. It's a very similar setting.
I'll need to see more.
Alright, then, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Well, a moment we've been waiting for. I guess.
The release date for The Last Guardian is October 25th, 2016.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Now with 2 bird dogs.
No! See, I didn't see the this part of the conference either. I was at work when this
Okay.
conference was on, so I saw like the middle
And
of
you
it.
haven't watched it since?
No, because I know what happened.
Because it was so good, though.
I guess I should watch it. But I saw a bit of Days Gone. Then I
you
had
missed...
to. No, we're
Okay,
getting there.
okay.
I saw a bit of Days Gone. Then I saw a bit of Horizon, and then I think I saw the last bit of Detroit all the way through the rest of it. I think. So, and I guess there's 2 bird dogs.
There's 2 bird dogs.
I don't think they should have shown that.
They should not have.
I didn't.
They should not have shown that.
Because it's called The Last Guardian. It would have been much more impactful if we were playing the game and then it turns out there's another one.
What if the little boy's the last guardian?
There is that too.
Because he looks so much different than the rest of the world around him.
Yeah, I think that's just an artistic choice.
Because he's the last guardian.
Okay. But what are the Guardians?
They protect the bird dogs.
Okay. I don't know about that because the bird dogs were used as weapons of war in the past.
You know, just roll with me here.
All right. I'm excited for this game. You know, I have no reason to be because I've never played Shadow of the Colossus or Eco, and I didn't know this game was like a one of the lost games until like a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. But I don't know the story behind this game. It being in development for 9 years, but not really.
Yeah.
It just announced 9 years ago. Is cool. Also, it just looks like a good game.
I just don't really know what it's about, though. Like, I think how it plays, though, too. Like, we saw last year, it looked like a puzzle platformer.
Yeah, then that seems fun to me.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll play it, I know I will. And it's just exciting that it's finally going to be done with. Like,
Yes.
just get this out of there, kind of.
Is it still Team Eco? Is that the studio making it? Or is
So, yeah.
they're still a studio?
So.
Are they going to make another game? It take 10 years to make it?
We'll see. We'll see, man.
That's funny. All right, then we got more Horizon, which is this game of the show?
My number 4 game.
Oh, it's number 4. Okay. So we got news before E3 that the game was delayed to February 28th.
Wah, wah.
But oh man, does this game look incredible?
It does. It looks really, really good.
You can tame a mechanical bull.
I mean, let's call it as you hack a bull.
Did she hack it?
Like,
Okay.
I mean, what? Yeah.
It just looks so fun watching gameplay.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It's
I'm like, I already know I'm going to get this. I just
yeah. You just don't want to. You just want.
Yeah, I just want it. I
Yeah.
don't want to see it much more.
Right. I agree. They shouldn't show a whole lot more. Have you heard Colin Moriarty talk about this game? He played it.
No, I haven't.
They have a video up where he talks about playing it, and listening to him talk about his experience playing it only makes me so much more excited for the game because he's like, this is a very special game.
Okay.
That's how he puts it. So I'm really, I'm actually worried that Persona comes out 2 weeks before this game. I'm gonna get Persona,
Oh boy, yeah.
probably play for 2 weeks, and then play Horizon forever.
Or vice versa.
I would play Horizon over Persona probably.
No, but Persona's probably a bigger game than Horizon.
No, apparently Horizon is like a massively long
And
game.
Persona isn't?
Okay, that's true. They're probably both about 100-hour games, maybe. Anyway, they didn't show Persona, but while we're on the topic, that is coming out Valentine's Day next year here
Yay.
in the States.
I'm kind of surprised it's that long, but I guess that's better for me because I can just. I'll probably end Final Fantasy by then.
Yeah, right. Okay, next they showed Detroit.
Nah.
You're not into it?
Nah.
I'm into it. Never
It
played.
looks gorgeous.
It does. I played a little bit of Heavy Rain. I didn't beat it. Did you?
I haven't played
you never
it.
played it. I watched someone on YouTube play Beyond Two Souls, which I should probably do with Heavy Rain, because I don't want to play Heavy Rain because I tried it. Controls are weird. I'd rather just watch someone play it. But Detroit looks really cool. Just because of all the different variations of things that can happen. Like this is one scene that they showed in the conference of this guy holding this little girl hostage.
Well, it's an android, not a guy.
Oh, okay, an android, and he's going to like jump off the rooftop with her, and it's showing all the different ways that you can change the outcome with your character Connor, who is a android, who is one of the playable characters.
Yeah.
There's another playable character, and presumably there'll be more. So a lot like Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Also, I already had the ending of Heavy Rain spoiled for me.
Well, poop.
I know who the killer is.
Don't tell me. Was it Tim?
Yes.
Oh, God.
So Detroit looks cool. We didn't get a release date though, did we?
Nope.
Next year, probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Then something very exciting, the kitchen demo that I've heard about.
Yeah, I didn't even know what this was.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, I don't care about
Okay,
horror games.
right. So there's been this demo in the gaming press. So like I haven't ever played it, but it's called The Kitchen. It's a VR demo, and you're just kind of in a chair, handcuffed, and some creepy things happen around you. Turns out, The Kitchen is actually Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Yeah, great. So then after that we had...
No. So they gave it a release date, which is like, and it's soon too. Like,
I wasn't paying it.
okay,
I was literally,
okay.
like, covered my eye.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
I was, like, on my phone at this point.
It's coming out January 24th next year, so really soon. For a game that they're just now announcing. It looks scary. I haven't played any Resident Evil. I should say that.
Okay.
So like, there's nothing particularly exciting about this game specifically to me, about it being Resident Evil. Just the fact that it's a VR horror game is why I'm excited for it.
And you can play the whole game in VR, in PSVR. That's
Yes.
a big deal.
Yes. There's a demo for the game.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation Store. It's like the first hour, although I don't think it took me an hour.
Okay.
And I played through it about 3 times, I think, because there's some different things you can do. And yeah, I can see how it would be scary in VR. Yeah, the graphics in the demo don't look fantastic. I wonder if they're gonna have them more polished by the time the game comes out.
Presumably.
But yeah, the demo's really short. You just wake up in this room. It's dark. You go out into this kitchen. There's a bunch of weird stuff, like the fridge is full of like organs. It's weird. It's gross and weird. Anyway, oh no, the best part. This is what I want to say. The best part is, you start the game. You wake up in this room, and on screen, the first thing it says is "Get out of the house."
Okay.
That is the most terrifying objective. Because it immediately makes me feel like something's coming after me.
So the next we had...
Gosh. So anyway, you get to the front door. You can't get out because it's locked. So you have to end up going back. You find a VCR. Then you put it into a TV and you watch this video. Except you don't actually watch it. You get to play, like inside the VCR. You're playing the person. So it's like a level. So like, instead of just watching what's on the VCR, you get to play what's on the VCR.
So it's like reverse the Ring then.
Kind of, except it's not really like your character going into the TV. But anyway, so you play this part where these people go through the house that you're in before you get there. So things are different, and they end up like going down into the basement, and they get killed by somebody. And so then you go down. You don't actually go down in the basement. Anyway, point is, there's a jump scare where like a guy comes up behind you and says, "Welcome to the family," and then like hits you in the head. No ghosts, but I presume there are going to be some monster ghost type creatures, and you're like, oh my god, let's move on. I'm excited for this game because it is a big deal. You can play the whole game in VR.
That's cool.
That's a big deal.
I'm not going to play the whole game in VR.
No, you're not going to play any of it. I hope the demo is playable in VR when the VR headset comes out.
Presumably, yeah.
Okay, so next we got a very exciting announcement.
No. This was all part of the VR
Okay,
part.
so you want to
Yeah.
talk about all that too?
Yeah, because that was the whole...
Okay, so
thing there.
PSVR launches on October 13th, 2016. I've already pre-ordered it.
I have not yet.
Okay.
But I have an Amazon alert when it does come out.
Okay. Mine is through Best Buy.
I just have a bunch of Amazon dollars that
Yeah.
I need to save for.
And it's launching with over 50 games.
Not launching, but there's going to be 50 games between October and the end of the year.
Okay, got it.
Kind of like how when the PS4 came out, they're like, going to have 100 games by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like 2 at launch.
And one of them was Knack.
And the other was Assassin's Creed.
So was Call of Duty in VR?
Okay, this was...
It was really
It was
unclear.
very... Because this was the end of the VR segment.
Uh-huh.
So it was very, very unclear.
And, okay, so they just transitioned into Call of Duty.
Well, I don't... Because some of the parts looked like it could have worked in VR.
Yeah, I thought it was
getting
VR.
into the ship.
Yep.
Because I didn't know it was I didn't know it was Call of Duty. I thought it was just a cool space VR game. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, give this to me.
Yeah.
This is what I want VR for.
Yeah.
And then at the end it was like, oh, it's Call of Duty. What?
Yeah.
Was this VR? So very confusing.
Yes. They also showed Arkham VR,
Oh.
which,
They
like...
didn't show anything about it.
They didn't show anything.
But I don't care. You're the Batman VR.
Now, have you heard...
You're the Batman, Brandon.
Have you heard...
Brandon, you're the Batman.
Yes. Yes. I don't think it's going to be the whole game.
You mean Arkham?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
It's a separate game.
It's just an experience, not necessarily a game. Okay, have you heard Greg Miller talk about it?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But that was only 2 parts he played. There could be a whole more
Okay.
parts.
I think personally that it's just like going to be an hour or 2 experience.
No.
Still, that's cool enough. You get to be
True.
Batman.
Yeah.
You get to go
Batman.
in Wayne Manor.
Put on the
hit the
bat
button,
suit.
put on the bat suit. It's cool. I wrote down Farpoint. I don't remember
This is that space thing like you're on like Mars it looked like, and you get stranded. It looked like basically the last Martian.
Okay.
But it's a shooter.
Okay. And it's in VR?
Yeah. And have you seen the VR gun?
Yes. It looks like an old... What? Like the sharpshooter for the Wii?
Yeah, but it has the little ball in the front.
Yeah. Alright. And then there's going to be Star Wars
look cool.
VR missions for Battlefront?
Yep. Which, X-Wing.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's a good reason to keep Battlefront.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
going to keep that. Alright. And more. I wrote. Did they show more than that? Because that's all I got.
That's all I remember.
Okay. Those are the big points.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then it
we
was
got-
Crash. No, then it was Crash. Yours is out of order.
Alright, fine. Whatever. So, Crash
Yeah.
coming to Skylanders. Whoop-de-doo. Bigger announcement.
Yeah, there you go.
They are remastering 1, 2, and 3 for PS4. Which
Yeah.
sounds like a joke.
Which
Like-
I don't think we need it, but I guess
but
it's
because
cool
people...
that's there.
They're only doing it because of the hype.
I guess.
They probably had no plan on doing it until everyone was like, give us more Crash.
I guess so, but it's like it did not need to
Because
have.
one dude wore a t-shirt one time
Yeah,
on stage.
Right. Thanks, Sean Layden, you jackass.
Of course, though, if the remaster sells well, they might make another one.
Presumably.
I mean, it would be Activision making it, right? And
Yeah.
Activision loves money.
That
right?
is also true.
Well, I guess everyone loves money. That's a
Yeah.
hypocritical thing to say.
That is true.
Okay, then... what did we
Then
get?
it was Lego Star Wars.
Okay, right. I
Which-
didn't put that in because we already know about that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is cool, but, you know.
I already have it pre-ordered. They did announce a demo, so you can
yes.
download a demo. I've played the demo. It's fun. It's a Lego game.
I just don't like Lego games.
Lego Star Wars is the original Lego game.
Okay.
So, like, that is the pinnacle of all Lego games.
Okay.
That is why I'm excited about it.
Okay, fair enough.
It is a little bit weird, though, how they used... They're like... They took all the audio from the movie, like, people's lines, and they're making the Lego characters say them. Along with other things that I'm not sure if those are the actual actors or if it's someone impersonating them. Because, like, there's some things that they say that aren't in the movie.
Yeah, I think they have impersonators.
So it's just a weird choice. Somewhere along the line, they started voicing these games, and before they didn't have voices, they just went like, oh, and You know.
How'd they go again?
Literally, that's what they sound like. And I kind of like that because it's funny. But hey, cat, you wanna be quiet?
No, fuck you.
I forgot. My cat talks. Your cats don't.
They do, you've never heard them
okay,
talk.
one of them, a couple of them.
They do talk.
All right.
They're not my cats.
Then what?
Be very clear, they're not my cats.
Okay.
Just wanna-
They're your
I don't own
roommate's
cats.
Okay, then what did we get?
then Kojima.
Okay, so then Hideo Kojima in the flesh comes
I'm
out on
back.
stage, says, "I'm back, and I have a game to show that we're probably not going to see for like 2 years.
Like 40 years. Like, it's going to take a long ass
This is
time.
going to be the next Last Guardian."
Yeah.
No, I
for
hope
sure.
not.
No, it is.
I don't even know what this game is.
It was so confusing.
It was so confusing.
like-
it was so Kojima.
It was like there's dead sea creatures.
Okay,
and
wait.
black
so
shit.
Norman
and
Reedus
Norman
is on a
Reedus
beach.
naked.
He's naked, and he's got an umbilical cord hooked up to a baby.
No, he didn't, because he had the scar.
So the baby was hooked up to him?
No, he had nothing.
Okay. I thought the baby was connected to him at
No,
first.
because he had the scar, like saying that like he's stranded.
No. Okay. Maybe. So there is actually, I should look up the meaning for the word stranding, because there is a meaning before it. Anyway, so he's on the beach with a baby. He picks up the baby.
Which the baby had an umbilical cord.
Okay. He's
and all the sea
crying.
creatures had an umbilical cord too.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
So he's crying, holding the baby. Baby disappears. Then there's black
Yeah, black goop.
handprints
Shit, yeah.
on his leg going off into the beach. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then there's dead whales everywhere.
Yeah.
And then there's like these 5 beings that like float up.
Yeah.
And it's just Death Stranding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Just because it makes no sense, I'm super excited.
I know. I'm just like, what is this? It made no sense.
It made no sense. I need to find the definition for stranding because it...
The actual definition?
Yeah, like there's a... Oh, here it is. How do you say this word? Cetacean?
Yeah, you're the nurse.
I don't know. So...
Oh!
So stranding is a phenomenon in which cetacean strand themselves on land, usually on a beach. So beached whales often die due to dehydration. So it's like when whales purposefully beach themselves.
Oh.
Is what stranding is. It's a weird phenomenon.
They do that on purpose?
They do it on purpose for some reason.
Porpoise?
On porpoise.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Very
okay.
interesting. Like
Okay, that makes the whale
stranding,
thing
yeah.
more. I get it now, but why
why?
the umbilical cords? What's with the black goop?
Yeah.
Why does Norman Reedus have his scar on his belly button when there's no umbilical cord?
Right. It's very interesting.
What are the 5 beans?
Right.
Are they Konami executives?
Love it. So, now I'm stoked for this game, just because I don't understand it, and that's just so specific. Stranding.
Yeah.
And having the whales, like what? Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was the play. That was no wait. One more thing. Sorry. Possibly the most, like even more out of nowhere than Crash, was the Spider-Man game.
Yes, this was my number 5 surprise.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So Insomniac is making a Spider-Man.
Surprising as Insomniac,
Okay.
because we have heard rumors
That was gonna be Sucker
of
Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Yes.
But as Insomniac,
Who is just as good?
yeah,
I mean, maybe Sucker Punch would be better, but Insomniac did Sunset Overdrive, which is
and
very
they did
similar.
the Resistance games. They made Tony Hawk. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
so they know how to.
No, that was never where.
They knew how to
So,
do quick, actiony maneuvering of a city.
Yeah, but just weird that it's not Sucker Punch in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay.
But I'm still excited. Like, still,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, this is gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Though his suit looked terrible.
No, I think it looks cool.
No,
Okay, a lot of people.
The
are
white
angry
spider.
about it.
No.
A lot of people are angry.
Not digging the white spider. Racist.
Do you remember the scene where he like is going through the office building and he's like jumping on the desk and then on the pillar and then out the window?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That got me going.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. Also, probably a game that we won't see till like 2018.
Nothing next year's a possibility.
Maybe.
Because it's technically a third party.
Yeah.
I think it's possible.
Do you think this means we'll get anything on the other Marvel property video games in the future?
No, because Sony owns Spider-Man.
But Disney could go to DICE, I don't know, this someone that came to mind, and make an Iron Man game.
Yeah, that is true.
But, who knows? Do you think this will tie into the movie, Homecoming?
Yes, 100%.
All right.
It's not the movie game, but
no.
It'll be released in conjunction with it.
Do you think it'll be canon? Or kind of just like a alternate storyline that's not necessarily canon?
My heart says canon.
Yeah.
My brain says not canon. Or maybe flip.
Canon in the same way of like
actually.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because like apparently Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon.
Really?
Yeah. I think Joss Whedon said once that like his intention for the show was that it's just like a fever dream in Coulson's mind as he's dying. I could have just made that up.
That's even way more stupid then.
I know.
I'm glad I stopped watching it then.
Yeah, I stopped watching too. Not because it got bad, just because I lost interest. I think it's a good show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Sony.
Oh boy.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
They just had, like, just everything was just right.
And so they ended with...
Oh yeah, Days Gone.
Days Gone. So, I saw a rumor.
Yes.
I don't really... You know.
I think I know where you're going with this.
That the end was supposed to be Red Dead 2.
Oh, I did not hear this.
But there was a scene in the trailer where a guy shoots up a bar.
Uh-huh.
So they took it out because of Orlando.
Oh, okay.
And so the Days Gone demo was supposed to happen right out... Because the demo starts where the trailer ends.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be Days Gone trailer, then demo seamlessly.
Yeah.
But they had to cut it and put the demo at the end to take out the Red Dead.
Ah.
You know, rumor, whatever. When I first read it, I was like, oh, that seems very plausible, actually.
Okay.
But then I'm thinking about like,
That seems plausible, but why didn't they just then take out that one scene in the trailer?
Exactly.
So,
what was the thing you were thinking of?
that they were going to talk about Neo at the end.
Oh.
But I guess they had said that they weren't, right?
Yeah, like 2 days earlier they said they weren't, so.
So, that was Sony.